What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today when I talk to you about GameStop, give you a quick overview of some of the data points, what is influencing it, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So GameStop is down 0.58% right now. 21.88 the low, 22.65 the high. And so no news associated to GameStop today, no SEC filings, nothing like that. So it is just piggybacking off of the broader market, and the market is speculating on what is going to come tomorrow as far as the presidential election. So you have polar opposites, in fact. So you have some individuals assuming that one person is going to win, and that is going to prompt a crazy sell-off. I'm not going to name any names because I don't want to get political. And then on the flip side, you have quite the opposite. Some people anticipating another party was to win would prompt a sell-off. So yeah, you kind of have all this grayness that people are speculating based on. In my opinion, the Canadian, I feel that it's going to be smack dab in the center. Nothing really happened. But then again, I could be wrong. But that's what is really influencing GameStop and just a lot of other stocks. But this is why I like to analyze other information. For instance, shorts right now are returning 122,000 shares. Right now, it does indicate around 3.6 million shares is available to be shorted. So if shorts really did feel that GameStop was trash and that there was going to be a significant sell-off, there's more than enough ammunition for them to really double down, but they're not. So I see that as relatively optimistic. So 8.56% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 34.99 million shares overall are being shorted. Cost to borrow average 1.01%, and then utilization is 31%. Moving over to options, 4.99 million in calls, 846,000 in puts. So dollar value in options is very high versus the common stock rather low. So 3.1 mil for that, 5.99 is the average. 49% of all the options being done today are bearish. And of those call options that are being purchased though, you do see a consensus for it to be roughly around that $26 range, whether that be because of the election or possibly Powell on Thursday, most likely giving a 25 basis point cut. So yeah, there's a lot of optimism with GameStop, obviously $26 or in excess of $26. And then on the put side, people are anticipating for it to be sub roughly $21. So in my opinion, a lot more upside is anticipated with GameStop. The only thing that you do see here though is big money is kind of taking a break. They're clearly waiting for results to come out for them to make a sound decision. But right now, only one transaction today for 127,000, and regrettably, it was a sell. You could tell that based on the bid, the ask, and the selling price. So once again, not necessarily the best, but yeah, it is what it is. You had a lot of buying that did happen on the Friday and as well Thursday. So I think a lot of big money does feel that GameStop is kind of ready to move higher. As I've signaled over the last couple of videos, all the data points are signaling that. Just maybe they're just waiting on pause for the elections. But dark pool, very active today, and that's kind of the norm in general. So GameStop always has a lot of dark pool volume because that's linked to shorting, right? So it is what it is. Right now with it at $22.30 or whatever it is trading between this S1 and the pivot. So $22.34 is going to be that next strong resistance / target. It's been kind of flirting with that for the last little bit as well today. $20.72 will be the next strong support. And in my opinion, if there is that breakout that like everything is showing that is going to happen, then just watch for 23.96 and then 24.96. Even moving over to IBKR briefly on the actual chart itself. So it is slightly below the ALMA as well as the 100-day moving average right here. But it has pounded at the door roughly the last 3 consecutive trading days. And normally you have some consolidation and then it tries again 1 or 2 days later, not this pounding. So it goes to show that GameStop itself wants to break out higher. And for those of you that watched some of my GameStop videos, I did state right here when it was at like the high 20s that this was going to break out higher, and lo and behold, it did happen. So I feel like the same setup is happening right here where it does truly just want to break out. So once that does happen, then this is where it can get to that 25, 26, at least in the short term. And then depending on what happens on a larger scale, then it could move up higher possibly. But what do I know? But a couple of things, MACD is rather optimistic and bullish, stochastic. So because of this recent run, it did get very hot, so meaning overbought. So it is recently kind of cooling off because of all this consolidation. So I think generally that is good, very healthy for the long-term kind of viewpoint of the stock. But like I said, I think it is ready and poised for a nice breakout. It's just they're waiting for elections, and so we should find out in the next couple days on how that is going to all play out. So let me know your thoughts on GameStop. Have you been buying? Have you been selling? What have you been doing with GameStop? And have you been dabbling with options? One thing that a lot of people seem to now just put it in the back burner is Roaring Kitty. Possibly with the elections coming up, he might resurge and show his face again, and that would just cause a kind of a FOMO 3.0 now, I think we're at. So yeah, there's a lot of good catalysts behind GameStop, plus their moat that they do physically have around them. So yeah, I think GameStop is fairly a good buy at this stage, but let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. 2 things I want to share with you though. Take advantage of this promo because it gives you 8 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. This is a kick-ass deal. Link to this is in the description below and also the comments. And then as well, if you like my channel, want to support the growth, you can definitely join as a member. And I also have a private Discord where I put buy signals on stocks and options. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.